What we're gonna do out here, boy.
It's that time. What's this? A half-court shot?
Half-court shot.
That's what they call it.
If you get this in there, what do they gotta do?
They gotta subscribe, bro. They gotta subscribe. They gotta like all the things, bro.
Okay.
Half-court line. Don't laugh, bro. Ready?
Yeah.
One subscribe. It's a deal, guys. It's a deal.
They gotta do it.
Subscribe.
They gotta do it.
Wait, I got it. It's too easy. Ham&Nate back again in the new year, nice and fresh. Welcome to 2023, guys.
Welcome, people. Today I'm gonna be a bit softer because, you know, I'm a changed man in 2023. I'm gonna be talking in the monitor, you know, not getting excited over certain things.
No, he lost his voice because you're screaming during New Year's, guys. I was with him. Today we're going to react to Andrew Tate. Sure.
Cobra Tate.
Cobra Tate.
Top G. Top G. Gotta say,
I feel like accent. That's the thing. His accent kills me. Actually, this guy, like, he's very mixed because I know he's got like multiple backgrounds or something.
Yeah, born in America.
Born in America, and he grew up in the UK.
In UK.
Was it Luton or something?
Luton.
It's like Luton. That's the guy's accent's so mixed. But anyway, I feel like it's one of those where we've been needing to react to this guy. Like, he's so hot on the internet right now. So
he's the most searched man on the planet, 2022.
Is he?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. So
that's mad.
Let's see what you have in store for us, brother.
Well, I haven't stalked. This guy really outing me like this, eh? And I'm worried. I'm getting stressed. I'm like, you know, or whatever. Let's go.
There has not been in the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been across the history of humanity any respect put on the name of a promiscuous female ever. Ever. You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, Big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think, I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. And I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different. It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself, because she is people she shouldn't be. There is no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. If you find a woman
Sorry, just a quick pause. It just kills me how every time I see this guy speak on a show with girls in it, you can see how sour some of these girls are sitting at the end every time he opens his mouth to speak, eh?
Yeah, but I saw a reel in this same video. This girl on the end is mad at him, right? And then
who is she again? What's her name?
I don't know, but then he gives her like an orange. I don't know what he calls it.
An orange?
Yeah, she's like mad, and then he's like, he butters her up and he smoothes it and gives her an orange, and she's like, she's all good.
There's an orange on the plate.
Yeah. He peels it for her and gives it to her. And I'm just so
funny.
This man has
so weird.
So you have anything to say?
No, not so far. I just had my thing about the chick.
Slept with 50, 100 dudes. She's either fucking dudes which aren't at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get the she was just too drunk to realize he's a loser, plays video games, or she's fucking a top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's fucking dude she shouldn't be, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there new dude every week and say, yeah, he's working, yeah, he treats me good enough to get my da-da-da. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe because
yeah, so it's a lot of bleeping out what I had to do for this video. By now you probably would have noticed. So yeah, please appreciate my hard work, like, comment and subscribe. Mate,
it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can just look at it and go, and that's the way it works. So you have to be very careful as a female and sit and go, does this man truly deserve me. And if you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all. That's just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, Esther, 1 second. Sir, may I ask you a question? What would you say if a woman now is married to 2 men?
Haram.
Why?
No, I'll tell you why. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man, let's say me, I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So
Yes.
let's say you had 4 pregnancies, you know who the mother is because she's carrying the baby, and you know who the dad is, top G. If you had a woman with 4 men and she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if...
But no, I'm asking. Do
Okay,
you know?
I ask, what if they're different races? One
Answer
white,
the
one black.
question.
You don't know.
Answer the question.
You don't know. Now, modern science can come along and maybe fix that for you, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come onto this planet is for at least to understand who the 2 people who made it are. At least. If you have a woman with 4 dudes, you don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just
It's
say...
disgusting.
Have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. May I just say something then? So if that is the case, yeah, if the one thing that you're meant to have is you, at least you know who the 2 people that put that child on earth are, then that's why promiscuity for men is also a problem, because they get women pregnant. Sometimes they don't even know they have children. That's haram, no?
No, it's completely different. It's different because you have to understand, I'm talking about humans. You have to look at humans from a societal perspective, but society has changed, right? So let's say 300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. If that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job, she couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival.
It's a tough one to take in, but I'll go in. You see, so I basically look at my worldview through my biblical worldview, obviously. So, like, being a Christian, I'm just not. I'm not about that in terms of like just multiple people. But here's the thing. This is what I always say. It is always easier for girls to go and get with men.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
It is always more work for a man to go and, women. It's easy. Like, guys, let's be factual. Let's just be real about it.
Yeah, no, it's 100% the truth. Yeah, like I've always been saying. I think in one video we did a while ago, the average woman can always attract more than the average man.
Yeah. And it's just a simple.
If a man doesn't go and hunt, so to speak, nothing's gonna happen for him.
Better himself.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen for him. If you sit still in one spot, nothing's gonna happen for you. It's like putting a net out. Not even putting a net out. It's like looking at a pond and waiting for fish to jump into your bucket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But the fish will always be. Someone's always going to be fishing.
Someone else might be fishing. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Or,
so that's my thing. So Andrew Tate is a polarizing figure. Now I can't, because he doesn't share the same beliefs as me. I can't judge him on. It's hard to judge him on that.
Yeah.
But I have my beliefs. But in the world in which he's talking, there's a lot of stuff that he does make sense. What he's saying does make sense. One thing I will say is that he likes to say things to annoy people.
Yeah, he knows he's getting a reaction in a sense, and that's what he works with a lot of it.
And he's he's articulate. He's intelligent. Like, this man is intelligent. Even if you hear the way he speaks, yes, some people might say he talks over people or he just screams. But if you actually listen to the way I've seen him on Piers Morgan and all of that, the way he speaks in those. Once he had a podcast, 4 hours. This guy was speaking. Just 4 hours, my man. Come to Christianity and be a preacher. You know what I mean, man?
4 hours.
So, but on this actual topic about
promiscuity, females versus males.
I know this might come across as really terrible. Like, Nate, you're terrible. But I'll say this, like, because it's so much easier, like, and I've heard this said somewhere, the value of all people is, I would say, the least amount of people you've been with. Have you kept yourself? Have you preserved yourself for, like, a special person? Yeah. But because it's so much easier to give of yourself as a woman. Like it's so much easier. And a man, I do understand that argument. And a man has work, so I do understand that argument. And it comes across as like, oh no, you're misogynistic, but the facts are facts. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and people wanna buy me a drink, people wanna use me for my body. It's not the same. I mean, you can still get that, but it's not.
It's just not to the same degree as well.
It's not to the same degree.
Yeah, it's like you said, it can happen, but it's more of an outlier kind of thing instead of these are the generalities we're speaking of, or that he's speaking of. And like you said, like Andrew Tate is a very controversial person, of course, and the way he says things as well, like he gets a reaction, and he doesn't beat around the bush. So he's very.
No, he doesn't.
He says it as he sees it, and he knows that he wants to get a reaction out of people. Yeah. So instead of being like, oh, it could be this, or it's not everyone, he just says it like, boom. And then people hear that, and then that's where the controversy comes in.
And in the world we live in, where you have to be so politically correct, I actually appreciate a guy like this.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, it is refreshing. I do appreciate a guy like this because he's saying some of the things he is saying is things that other people want to say. Yeah, is he brash about it? Yeah, he's gonna say it in the way he wants to say it.
Clearly worked for him.
And it did for what his goal is. But my thing is, I've seen that he started to realize that the way he says things does have an impact. Because he has a large audience, and he started. This was a video from some time ago. If you start to see the recent videos, he's saying the same thing.
He's a bit calmer about it.
But he's a bit calm about it, and he's a bit more selective. Because
he
young
knows
people,
bigger spotlights on him.
Yeah, I mean, really young boys are listening to this.
Impressionable,
they're very impressionable. Whereas I can filter through certain things and say, okay, no, not this. This is I'm not really for this. Maybe I'm for this. But those young boys, or those young girls or whatever, that might be a problem. But the thing is, I still have massive respect for this guy. I'm not gonna. Yeah, people might have a lot to say about me having to say this, but I really do have a lot of respect for this guy. Well, now he's in prison. There's a lot, we'll discuss that in another video, but to be able to go and stand against people and debate against people for what you believe in, even
though you know it's gonna cause controversy. For me, it's like, I feel like the world, Andrew Tate is a result of the world. The world created Andrew Tate, and the way things are now is Andrew Tate's an idea, you get me, and that's why like cancelling him or putting him in prison is just not effective. There's always going to be another person. The idea is always going to be there, so people must think about that. A lot of women must think about that, and the stuff that they put out in their podcast and stuff like that. You guys created this man, and this is the monster that you made and that you're going to have to deal with. It's an idea, and you must just keep that in mind and know that this different versions of him, whether you put him in prison or you try cancel him or social media or whatever, are just going to keep popping up, and that's the case for me. Like I said, with regards to this topic, speaking on promiscuity and stuff, like I feel similar to you as well in that I think there are costs on both sides, for males and females, to be highly promiscuous or whatever. Like, and a lot of people don't emphasize what it takes away from a man to constantly have multiple partners and to be bouncing from girl to girl and stuff. Like, it's just not good on both sides. Some more detrimental than others, but in
it
general,
messes people up in ways. Like, guys,
there are costs, dude.
I'll say this from my side. You want to be the best version of yourself for your future person, right? And I always say this: you're looking for that one person, not the multiple people. Some people, like I'll say, even his views is a result of someone hurting him at some point.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
created.
He might not admit it, might not say it, but like
he's voicing out the opinions of multiple men. He's just the voice.
And he's
echoing multiple opinions.
The love for him. I still got love for people that have views like the feminist views, the extreme feminists that are like on our cases a lot. I still got love for them.
That too, if you think about it. Actually, just a quick sidebar. In that feminism was essentially created from times where women were put down and they were held back and stuff. So in a sense, it's like the same thing. They were created by society of men that oppressed them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So this is all of the stuff that's happening and people don't agree that there is a resultant of the past and we're just living in it.
And I'll say this, my person, I know at the end of the day when I, like finally get to that place where I'm standing in front of the altar getting married, they're not going to want
this man, right?
Huh? Ever like anyone else in the comments?
You guys asking for comments. I hope some guy from Cuba comes to your wedding and ruins your whole thing, fam. Shout out.
But like, I don't want someone that's been with everyone. and I'm sure they wouldn't want the same for me. So, like, guys, think about that, because that messes up relationships, and then it messes up families, and then it's just this whole thing. Then your kids grow like it's
Cycles, man.
It's cycles. So break the cycles. Just break the cycles. But yeah, in this case, I wouldn't want someone that's been for the whole team.
I hear you.
And
It's
I'm
very
sure.
something to process. I was like, yeah, I mean the exceptions, but it's just like overall, sorry.
Sorry.
Mixed boats. Okay, cool. So anything else you want to say? I think we
That's about it from this video. It's a yeah.
first one of 2022.
Cool.
It's a 2023. So you said about that, yo.